raise your hands right now and worship my God. Thank you, Jesus. Lift your hands up. My hands are lifted up. Open your heart to receive a blessing from God. Amen. Thank you, Jesus.
blessing from you. Thank you, Jesus.
Jesus. Gotta be where you are. I don't want to be anywhere else but with you. There is safety in your arms. I want you to wrap me in your arms. I want to be, gotta be where you are. For your glory,
Yes, Lord.
I will do anything
Yes.
just to see you, to behold you as my King. I want to be where you are. I want to be,
Thank you.
Lord, I praise you.
Yes, you are, Jesus. Your thoughts define me. You're inside of me. You are my reality. You are my reality. You are my reality. So we say, Abba. That's going on at home, God. You're more real, God. 'Cause you are my daddy, Jesus. You're more real than the skin on my bones. Your thoughts define me. You're inside of me. You are daddy. You are my daddy. When I feel alone, God, you are my daddy. When I feel like giving up, God, yeah, you are my daddy. When I feel like committing suicide, you are my daddy. When depression tries to take a hold of me, God, you are my daddy. When the diabetes tries to take control, you are my daddy. I may have cancer, Jesus, but you are my daddy. I may be alone, Jesus, God, but you are my daddy. Say, Abba. Finding me. Come on, man. You got a way of finding me. You got a way of finding me. When I feel alone, God, you got a way of finding me. You got a way of finding me. 'Cause it's your season of overflow. It's your season of turnaround. It's your season of breakthrough, God. It's your season of healing. Say, Abba. Everybody say, Abba. I belong. With every hand lifted, we're coming to surrender to God. Say, Abba. do it by himself. Say, Abba, Father, I belong to you. Sounds so good. Say, Abba, I belong to you. Say, Abba, I belong to you. You will never leave me, God. You will never forsake me, God. I don't belong to anything else, God. I belong to you. The devil tried to take me out a long time ago.
He is your hiding place.
place of refuge. He's a strong tower. He's your power. I mean, when you belong to God, no matter what you're facing, when you belong to God, He's bigger than anything you could possibly face. He's the creator. He's the provider. He sustains us. He's made us so many promises. We're in the book of Joshua. And I'm going to preach through the book of Joshua. It might be a Sunday or two, I might not. But I'm going to preach through the book of Joshua so you'll know what it's like to have a blessing. What it's like to have to fight for the blessing. Oh, y'all don't hear me. When God makes you a promise, sometimes you got to fight for it. Woo! I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. Anybody fighting up in here for their blessing? Anybody fighting for their breakthrough? You know God promised it to you. You know that it's there. Woo! Last week we talked about faith in the God of promise. God has made so many promises.
Yes, He has.
Look on your bulletin. I was going to do this in the beginning. But we're going to do this together. It says God's promises to his people. Psalms 103:13. You see it? Everybody got it? Let's read it together. The Lord is like a father to his children, tender and compassionate to those who fear him. That's a promise.
Yes, yes.
Every Sunday we put promises on here. It's like a father to his children, tender and compassionate to those who fear him. The beginning of wisdom is when you fear the Lord in reverence, and not being afraid of him, but respecting him and honoring him. And we talked last week about Moses dying and Joshua taking his place. Joshua was given a charge. He was commissioned to take the children of Israel into the promised land. You know, the promised land, the one that God told Abram, I'll make you a mighty nation, and I got a land set out for you with milk and honey. Flowing with milk and honey. Well, here we are, many years later, after going through Egypt, after being in slavery, after being lost and wandering in the wilderness for 40 years.
Jesus.
All because of lack of faith.
My Lord.
The generation has died out now that was so faithless. And now we have a generation, a new beginning, a new generation ready to go into the promised land. Embrace what God told Abram.
Yes, yes.
Later known as Abraham. The father of many nations. And I talked about the promise. The promise was that he would take them through the Jordan River. But it wasn't going to be an easy crossing. Talked about how they were going to have to fight the enemy. There were 7 nations waiting for them. They weren't going to just give up and leave their keys at their house and move. You see, a lot of times when God gives you promises, you got to do something.
Oh, yeah.
So he told them he told Joshua that not only were they going to have to fight, he would deliver their enemies to them, but he said that when they get to the land, that they were going to be able to divide the land up by tribes. And then Joshua, and I preached this, if you go on the archives, February 3rd, I preached about the 2 spies. The 2 spies that Joshua sent out. You know, I was thinking about that thing, and I said, Joshua wouldn't send in 12 no more. Because 2 came back with a good report, so he sent out 2 this time. The 2 spies go to Jericho, get into the city, and go to a prostitute's house.
Jesus.
Prostitute that is on the outside, living in the wall of the city. Now, Jericho is surrounded by a great wall, and she's living in the wall. Now, I thought about that thing because that's got to be a vulnerable place. That's got to be an outside place because the first place they attack is the wall. So she's there, and the spies come to her house, and men of God come. The kingdom of God comes to her house. And then the leaders of the city come to her house. When the men of God come to her house, she hides them on top of the house under flags. When the city officials come and say, I know they're in there. We heard them. There are spies here, and send them out. She lied. She said they were here, but they're gone now. You can catch them before they close the gate. She made a decision like we all must make. Which kingdom are you going to serve?
Yes, Lord.
She decided to take on the kingdom of God. And what happened after that, she went up on the roof and she talked with them. And she agreed to their terms. And she let them down out of her window with a scarlet rope attached. And as long as her family stayed in the house, in the wall, she would be fine. And we're going to talk about that a little later, but if you think about it, the walls came tumbling down.
Yes, sir.
The walls came tumbling down. That lets me know that she was covered.
Oh, yeah.
God saved her physically and spiritually. So then after the spies came back, the two men came back. They're now where we are today. They're back in camp. And now it's early the next morning. Joshua 3. I'm going to read the whole chapter. I want you to know exactly what happened. Joshua 3. Early next morning, Joshua and all the Israelites left Acacia Grove and arrived at the banks of the Jordan River. When they camped, where they camped before crossing. 3 days later, the Israelite officers went through the camp, giving these instructions to the people. When you see the Levitical priests carrying the Ark of the Covenant of God, of the Lord your God, move out from your positions and follow them, since you've never traveled this way before. They will guide you. Stay about a half mile behind them, amen, keeping a clear distance between you and the ark. Make sure you don't come any closer.
That's right.
In the morning, Joshua said to the priests, Then Joshua said to the people, purify yourselves, for tomorrow the Lord will do great wonders among you. In the morning, Joshua said to the priests, lift up the Ark of the Covenant and lead the people across the river. And so they started out and went ahead of the people. And the Lord told Joshua, today I will begin to make you a great leader in the eyes of the Israelites. They will know that I am with you, just as I was with Moses. Give this command to the priests who carry the Ark of the Covenant. When you reach the banks of the Jordan River, take a few steps into the river and stop there. So Joshua told the Israelites, come and listen to what the Lord your God says. Today you will know that the living God is among you. He will surely drive out the Canaanites, Hittites, Hivites, Perizzites, Girgashites, Amorites, Jebusites, and Jebusites ahead of you. Look, the Ark of the Covenant, which belongs to the Lord of the whole world, will lead you across the Jordan River. Look at that one more time. Look, the Ark of the Covenant, who belongs to the Lord of the whole world, amen, will lead you across the Jordan River. Yeah. Now choose 12 men from the tribe of Israel, one from each tribe. The priests will carry the ark of the Lord and the Lord of all the earth. So as soon as their feet touch the water, the flow of water will be cut off upstream, and the river will stand up like a wall. Y'all better hear what I'm trying to tell you. This is unbelievable. So the people left their camp to cross the Jordan, and the priests were carrying the Ark of the Covenant, went ahead of them. It was harvest season, and the Jordan had overflowed its banks. But as soon as the feet of the priests who carried the ark touched the water at the river's edge, the water above that point began backing up a great distance away from the town called Adam,
hallelujah,
which was near Series-Jul. And the water below that point flowed into the Dead Sea until the riverbed was dry. Then all the people crossed over near the town of Jericho. Meanwhile, the priests were there carrying the ark of the Lord's covenant. stood on dry ground in the middle of the riverbed.
Yes.
As the people passed by, they waited there until the whole nation of Israel had crossed the Jordan on dry land.
Hallelujah.
Father, just speak to us. Touch us. God, I want to hear you.
Yes.
Minister to us. May someone get saved today.
Yes, Lord.
May someone get delivered today. May someone find peace today. Most of all, God, may we know a little bit more about you today.
Yes.
So thank you.
Thank you, Lord.
Bless us now. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen. Crossing our Jordan rivers. Can you imagine that they're sitting there and they're now at the banks of the Jordan River? It's harvest season. Let me kind of explain what that means. Usually, the Jordan River is about 100 yards wide. But now, because it's overflowing its banks, it's now a mile wide. And they're sitting there and they're looking and knowing that the blessing is on the other side of the Jordan River. The Jordan River is standing between them and the promise. I think I can hear a couple of them just walking around, trying to figure out how we going to get across.
Yeah. All right. Right.
Matter of fact, I believe they started praying.
Yes.
Lord, make a way.
Make a way.
They surely wasn't going to swim across. They weren't going to make enough boats for over 1 million people, 2.5 million people to cross. And if they did make boats, they would be targets for their enemies.
My Lord. My Lord.
So I believe that they sat there and wondered how this was going to work out. And in the text, it tells you 3 things that must happen for them to cross. Listen what it says. It says, early next morning, Joshua and all the Israelites left Acacia Grove and arrived at the banks of the Jordan River, where they camped before crossing. 3 days later, they've been there 3 days, the Israelite officers went through the camp, giving these instructions to the people. When you see the Levitical priests carrying the ark of the covenant of the Lord, your God, move out from your position and follow.
Come on. Yes, sir. Come on.
When you see the Levitical priests carrying the ark of the covenant, move out.
All right.
You must understand what the ark of the covenant meant and what it represented to the people.
Okay. Fix it.
The ark of the covenant was really representing the presence of God. The ark of the covenant was a box of acacia wood that was overlaid with gold, and on top of it was 2 cherubim facing each other. Inside were 3 items. One was Aaron's rod that had budded. The next thing was a golden pot of manna that represented God's provision for 40 years supernaturally. Every morning he provided them with food and the good. And the third thing that was in there were the 10 Commandments on stone tablets. That right there is a picture of what the Ark of the Covenant probably looked like. I went to Timnah. I was in Israel. We went to the tabernacle in the wilderness. And this was representative of the Ark of the Covenant. Matter of fact, if you really look at it, the Ark of the Covenant would be in the Holy of Holies, and God would come down, and in the middle is called the mercy seat.
Yes, sir.
Oh, y'all gonna talk to me? It's called the mercy seat. Remember when God would come down and minister to his people.
Amen.
The ark was the throne of God. And it was placed, a place where his glory would rest in the tabernacle. When you see the Levitical priests carrying the Ark of the Covenant, move out of your position.
Come on.
In other words, follow my presence. The first thing that they had to do was wait on God. And in order to be able to deal with something that was so huge, because you must understand, this was a barrier that they couldn't fight. This was a barrier that they couldn't conquer. They needed God, and they needed God to show up and show out. And so therefore, the first thing he said was, follow my presence. You can't have victory without God's presence. Don't just jump into the Jordan River without me. Wait on me and follow me. That's what God is telling you right there. And the way you're going to cross the Jordan River, Jordan rivers of your life, you got to follow God. Listen what he said in Exodus. He was talking to Moses. Exodus 33:14 says that I will personally go with you, Moses, and I will give you rest. Everything will be fine for you. And you remember he said, as I was with Moses, Joshua, I will be with you. And so every time that the nation of Israel would move, they marched behind the Ark of the Covenant. All the way through the wilderness for 40 years. When the cloud moved, the Ark of the Covenant would move, and the covenant would go before them. Says this, and since you have never traveled this way before, they will guide you. In other words, God said, you ain't been here before, so you need me to take you. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but you need God to take you where you need to go. What is your Jordan River? What place are you looking at in your life that you can't get across unless God take you across? What place in your life that you need God to get you to your promise? You need God to get you to what he's promised you in your life. Somebody need a blessing. Your blessing is on the other side of your Jordan River. Says here, it says, since you haven't traveled that way, I'm going to guide you. And you better respect me. Say, stay a half mile behind. You see, so many times we act like God is our cut buddy. No, he's God and God all by himself. It's all right to be close. It's all right, but you need to respect him. So the beginning of wisdom is to fear the Lord. That means you got to respect him. You got to give him reverence. So you say, stay, make sure you stay a half a mile. Not a 440. Not a quarter mile. A half mile. And don't come any closer. So you got to follow him. But you got to respect him.
That's right.
And then after you follow him, they told him to do something else. This is what he said do. Then Joshua told the people, purify yourselves. For tomorrow the Lord will give you do great wonders among you. Purify yourselves. It's a verse you got to follow. You got to follow his presence.
That's right.
Then you got to purify yourselves. Purify yourselves meant that everyone would take a bath and change clothes. The men would not have sex with their wives for 3 days. So, see, this symbolized making a new beginning with the Lord. You got to see, sin is a picture. It's picture is defiled. It's unclean. It's impure. And so God has to clean us before we can truly follow him.
That's right.
Say it one more time.
Yes, it does.
You can't follow God unless you're clean.
Amen.
You can't follow God unless you've been purified. You don't believe me? Let me tell you what David said. David said in Psalms 51. 51, that's after he had his affair with Bathsheba. That's after he had tried to lie his way out. That was after he tried to get her husband to go home with her. That was after he had more honor than David, that David then had him killed. That was after then that the baby was born and lost him. This is what David said. Wash me clean from my guilt. See, one thing about understanding, because we all under grace.
Yeah, man.
So we're not talking about sin. We're talking about living in sin.
Come on.
We're talking about sin as being just a part of us. He said, wash me clean from my guilt. Purify me from my sin. For I recognize my you got to recognize.
Yes, sir.
I recognize my rebellion. It haunts me day and night. Against you and you alone have I sinned. See, David ain't talking about nobody else. See, this is personal. This is between you and God. And so right here, he's saying, he said, it's between me and you, God. And then he said, I have done what is evil in your sight. You will be proved right in what you say. And your judgment against me is just. For I was born a sinner, yes, from the moment my mother conceived me. But you desire honesty from the womb. You gotta be honest with yourself, y'all.
Oh yeah.
You gotta be honest with God. And he's saying here, he said, teaching me wisdom even there. Purify me from my sins, and I will be clean. Wash me, and I will be whiter than snow. So you gotta follow his presence, and you gotta purify yourself. When you purify yourself, you can follow. This is what it said. In the morning, Joshua said to the priests, lift up the ark of the covenant and lead the people across the river. And so they started out and went ahead of the people. This is the priests. This is the covenant. This is the ark, and they're walking out. And the Lord gave them a promise, another promise. The promise is this. He said, the Lord told Joshua today, I will begin to make you a great leader in the eyes of all the Israelites. In other words, he said, they will know that I am with you just as I was with Moses. You see, Moses was a great leader. Moses is now gone. And Joshua is taking his place. And the people need to know that God is with them. You see, your leaders that you have need to have God with them.
Come on.
I'm going to say it one more time. The leaders that you have need to have God with them. Matter of fact, I know that my holiness is directly correlated with my anointing. It's directly correlated with my power to minister. If I'm not purified, if I'm not living,
Come on.
if I'm not living to please him, if I'm not living, see, first of all, you got to know your sin. I know mine. Because the Holy Spirit reminds me every time I sin. Y'all not gonna talk to me. So they take the covenant and they move it out and he tells them that God's gonna make him a great leader in the eyes of the people. And he said, give the priests this command to carry the ark of the covenant. And when they reach the banks of the Jordan River, take a few steps into the river and then stop. Joshua told the Israelites, come and listen to what the Lord said. Your God says, today you will know that the living God is among you. You see, there were 7 nations that they were going to have to deal with. After they got through the river, they had to deal with the 4.
Jesus, my Lord.
Let me tell you something. Your blessing is on the other side. And after you get through your Jordan River, you got to deal with 4. And you got to understand that these 7 nations worship idols. Their gods were made out of wood. Their gods were carved. Their gods sat on their mountains. But God told them, today you'll know that the living God is up among you. It don't matter about those others. That look, the ark of the covenant, which belongs to the whole world, the Lord of the whole world will lead you. In other words, God got to lead you across.
Yes, it does.
The ark representing God's presence. So you got to follow His presence. And now you've been purified. And now it's time to cross. It says, he tells what's going to happen. He says, choose you 12 men from the tribe of Israel. And that's going to happen later. But I'll tell you what they're going to do with them. Each one of them is going to take a stone. And they're going to put it in the middle of the riverbed. And it's going to serve as a monument for their crossing. So he said, pick 12 from each tribe. And the priests will carry the ark of the Lord. And when they just put their foot in the water.
Yes, sir.
See, sometimes, let me tell you something. Y'all got to get y'all feet wet.
Say that.
All right, now. Say it again.
Quit being timid. You got to get all in there. You got to step out into your river with faith, but don't step out without God. And don't step out being purified. Y'all been talking to me here. But when you're following Him and He's leading you and you're following Him and you've been purified, you can step in. Yeah. You can step into your Jordan River. And so when they touched the water was cut off upstream. And the water ran upstream like a wall. Yeah. What that remind you of?
Thank you, Jesus.
What that sound like? And the other water ran on downstream.
Yeah.
Sound like they had the Red Sea. But this right here, this is different from the Red Sea. You see, they were being delivered from bondage. Right now, they're being brought into the promise. See, so they had been in bondage, and God delivered them out of Egypt, and now they're standing right there at the promise.
Yes.
You right there at your promise. You right there at your breakthrough. You right there at your blessing. But you got to follow. And you got to purify yourself. And then after that, the third thing you got to do, you got to step out on faith and have courage. See, it took courage for the priest to step into the water. So the people left to cross the Jordan River, and the priests they went ahead and carried the ark. And then it was the harvest season, and I'm telling you, 1 mile wide, not 100 yards, but 1 whole mile.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I can't drink that much water. I'm trying to tell you, I don't think I can swim that far.
I can't swim at all.
I might can float, but that take too long.
Yes, sir.
Y'all not gonna talk to me here. But he said it was a harvest season. See, why did God take him during the harvest season? Why didn't he wait to go to another place and pass to a place that was a little easier? Why did he take him to the Red Sea and have Pharaoh's army behind? Why does God take you to the hard places? Why does God take you to the hard places that you got to go through? Because he took you to a good place, easy place you thought you did. You see, right now, if God don't show up, they ain't crossing. If God's power ain't there, they ain't going. And I'm telling you right now, if God don't show up in your life, you ain't going there either. If God don't make a way right now, you ain't going to get that blessing either. And so right here, it says that it touched and the water backed up to Adam. The town of Adam. The other ran down. It said that the priests, they stepped in by faith. You see that? That backing up, that was 20 miles. So you need to know the fact that the water backed upstream 20 miles. The other water ran down to the Dead Sea. Nobody but God. And it said it was a miracle of God because of their response of faith. You see, you need faith to walk this walk. Unless you step out in faith and get your feet wet, you're probably not going to make much progress living for Christ and serving. Yeah. That's why so many people are ineffective in their ministry. Because they ain't following God.
Come on.
They won't purify themselves.
Teach it.
Then they won't step out in faith after they get to that point.
Uh-huh.
Too many people trapped on the other side of the Jordan River.
Jesus. Jesus.
Unless you step out courageously in faith and obey his word, God can never open the way for you. What's blocking? What's standing in the way of your promise? What's standing in the way of your deliverance? What's standing in the way of your blessing? Oh, you know what it is.
I know.
I know what mine is. We got Jordan Rivers every day.
Yes, ma'am.
Ain't just one Jordan River, there's always a Jordan River.
That's right.
And you need God to get you out of it. He wants you to follow his presence. He wants you to purify yourself. He wants you to step out in faith and believe his promise and obey his word. Obey. Crossing your river. If you born again, you got the ark. You are the ark of the covenant. Because if God lives in you, you got his presence.
Come on.
And so, you got the power. It's just a question of you going to believe. You going to be what people say about you? Or you going to be what God said about you? Because he saved you. He delivered. He brought you here today. Well, he wants you to follow. He wants you to follow his presence. He's making promises every day. The promises are already written. That's why you got to read them. He said that he's a father to his children. Like a father tender. He's compassionate and tender. That's the God I serve.
Yes, sir.
He's patient. He's patient. He was patient with me 49 years. Playing church. Pretending. Lying. I'm talking about me because you see, I got to face my Jordan River. My river ain't your river.
That's right.
But my river just as big as your river. And so today I'm asking you, you got the power. You got the mandate. And you got the promises. See, some promises, they just come because they made. Some promises, they're just there. You don't have to do a thing. But there are other promises, you got to do something. Other promises, you got to move. You got to react. He ready. He ready to part. He ready to bring you through.
Yes.
He ready to do for you that you can't do for yourself.
Yes.
And can't nobody else do for you unless he do.
Amen.
Yeah. Amen.
Crossing out Jordan River. I'm giving you the formula. What he gave to the children of Israel when they were at the Jordan River, and a mile long. That right there, the way it's the cavern that it was, it's one of the deepest in the world. So it's not just no regular you walk across and tip across. No, you couldn't swim it. You couldn't ford it. God had to lead you.
Yes, he did.
He had to go ahead and divide that thing. Who else can stop water and run it back 20 miles?
Nobody.
Who else can allow you to walk over on dry land?
Nobody.
Huh. And when you get there, it's your promise. It's yours.
Amen.
But you got to fight.
Amen.
You got to fight because folk don't want you to have your promise.
Amen.
I'm going to tell you one more time. Tell folk right now don't want you to have your promise. They don't want you to have your breakthrough. They don't want you to have your blessing. But it's yours. Listen to me, y'all. Leave out of here ready to go through your Jordan. Leave out of here ready to face your Jordan River. Leave out of here knowing that you are a conqueror. Knowing that God be for you. I'm going to say one more time. If God be for you, who could be against you? And so I'm telling you right now, Jordan River is nothing for God. He showed it. He proved it. Because he let that go. He gave a highway on dry land to get to the promised land. And when they stepped over on dry land, I can you imagine the sight of thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people walking over a mile wide river that nobody else could cross. But God made a way out of nowhere. He made a highway. And they walked on dry land. You know, the ark. That had to be encouraging. Because you know something, you need something to encourage you. They needed some encouragement. They needed to be walking and see the ark. Can I use my sanctified imagination? I can see him walking about half a mile away. Come on. God got you. I know I ain't going to be walking like this. I know I ain't going to be on this side of the river. But thanks be to God. Thanks be to God. He fixed it for me. He worked it out for me. Can't nobody do me like Jesus. Can't nobody do me like the Lord. So whatever you face, he's the answer. Whatever you face, follow behind him. Follow his presence. Respect him. Purify yourself. Call it what it is. The only way that you can walk under grace is to call sin sin. That's right. Because if you can't call it what it is, it's not grace. I'm just real talk. So, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to tell God. David said, I'm the one. I sinned, Lord. I sinned on you. I sinned you and you only. God gave him grace. See, you can't grab hold to the promise of God and not follow God. Let's pray. God, crossing our Jordan. God, I got so many more to cross. And they're daunting. They're huge. I can't get through them without you, Lord. God, may we sit here today and maybe realize that you brought us to the Jordan. These big Jordans, so when we do get over and we look back over our lives, we know that it had to be you and not us. Yes, sir. We know it had to be your power. It had to be your grace and your mercy and your love that brought us thus far. God, we grab hold of your unchanging arm. And God, I thank you that we can purify ourselves. We wash and we can start a new beginning. That's what the children of Israel were doing, Lord. They were starting a new beginning, a new life in a new land. They were following you. But it took courage to step out and get your feet wet. God, may I pray that we be strong and courageous like you told Joshua. And that we, God, be willing to step in places that you told us to go, and you'll keep us from drowning. You keep us from getting hurt. You'll bring us through. So thank you now. Thank you for our joy. So we can call on you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen. If you desire prayer, come on to the altar. Stand right. Anybody got a Jordan River? If you got a Jordan River, come to the altar. If you got something too big for you, come to the altar. There's healing. There's deliverance. There's blessings. You struggle with something? Come to the altar. Issues? Come to the altar. Got family members that you want to pray for? Come to the altar. Come to the altar. That's what getting at the altar. There's healing at the altar. There's peace at the altar.
Yes.
There's love at the altar. Anybody need a little love? Anybody need a little peace? Anybody need answers? You need answers. He's the one to give them to you. He promised that I'd never leave you nor forsake you.